Okay, welcome back to Getting to Know You. So this video is going to be about rebasing. This is actually something I learned shortly after I did the first set of videos. If you're going to understand this, I recommend you watch the fast forward merging videos that I did. They're going to be 1500, 1550, somewhere around there. So if you go watch those videos, it'll help you understand what I'm doing in this video. Again, I'm using Photoshop here to explain what I'm doing. You'll understand these diagrams a bit better. So go watch the fast forward merging videos and you'll be able to understand this video a bit better. Okay, rebasing. All right, rebasing and fast forward merging, all these have to do with branches. Okay, so I'm going to start clean again on my second software. I deleted all the old branches that I was working with. So what I'm sitting with is Git master with a bunch of commits here. Just for a point of fact, by the way, if you're curious about where all these commits are and what they look like, you can always type a git log. And actually, this will give you a list of all the merges. Sorry, not merges. All the commits that you see. All these black squares. So these black squares are representing all these commits, basically. You can actually do git log. I think it's --1 line. No, something like that. One liner or something like that. Oh, there you go. --1 line without a dash. Okay, and you can see these are actually all the commits that are in those black boxes. Okay, so rebasing. All right, so to do this, we're going to create another branch again. And so we'll do a checkout -b, say third feature. Sorry, that's kind of off screen for you guys. Okay, so remember what that does is that creates basically another context for us, a kind of intended pathway, if you will. I'm going to color this a different color just so it's easier to see. Let's color it green. Okay, so this is my third feature. Actually, I'll label it 2 just so we can see it a little better as well. All right, so third feature. Okay, so and then we're going to have that third pointer as soon as we do some commits. Okay, so let's do a commit here. So what are we sitting on here? Third feature. Let's do a git. Sorry, not git. Let's bring up our text editor. All right, so let's make this a bit more interesting. Let's add another file to this. Okay, so we have the README file. Let's actually create another file. Let's call it index.html. Okay, so we'll create a brand new file. Add some HTML code in here. All right. Got some nice HTML code in there. All right, so we have a new file. So let's stage it and let's commit it. Added index. Okay, so sitting on the third feature, and we committed that. Okay, so what did that do based on our last video? Again, it created another commit. All right, but it's in a different context, a different branch, if you will. And there's going to be a new pointer for that, right? Sorry. Just try to remember my Photoshop shortcuts here. There we go. And so again, just so I can actually fit this, I'm just going to try third like that. But you guys understand it'll be the third feature pointer. Okay, so that's that. And let's do another commit. Let's actually do something to that index file. Let's put in some more text. Okay, so we stage it. Added more text to the index. All right. And so what we have there is we have another commit sitting up here. Nothing new so far, hopefully. Okay, now what I'm going to do for the demonstrations of this is I'm actually going to color these commits a different color, just so we can keep track of them, actually. So these are going to be green, just so we know where they kind of came from. Oops. They might not be the exact same green. You have to forgive me for that. Actually, they will be. Okay, so we had 2 commits sitting over there. And now let's actually check out the master branch and do some commits over there. So let's actually edit the README file on this guy. So edits to the README file. Alright, so we'll stage it. We'll commit it. Modified README. Okay, so that creates another commit up here. Right? So again, none of this should be new. And let's do another commit. Let's make one more change here. Don't like this confusing Git stuff. Okay, we will stage it, we'll commit it. Added hateful message about Git. Okay, so we're good. And what that does is, again, it creates another commit in the master branch, which pushes the master pointer up, and we're good to go. Okay, so remember on the last video what we talked about is now if we do a merge, you can't do a fast forward. So it tries to, you know, get this top master guy commit and merge it with this third master guy to create a third commit. Okay, but there's something we can do called rebasing, and to be honest, I haven't used rebasing a lot in my career. I don't know what the full intent is, but the main advantages I see to rebasing is it kind of creates cleaner branch lines. And what I mean by that is, like, you see how we have one branch line going straight up like this, and then we have one branch line kind of splitting off in the middle there. Remember in the context of a fast forward commit, it's actually really just one straight branch line. There's no splitting off or anything like that. This is what rebasing helps with. Rebasing actually, you can view it a couple different ways, but it kind of sets it up for really clean lines, you know, clean branch lines, which lead to fast forward merging. And fast forward merging is the cleanest merge you can do because you're not really doing any merging per se, you're just moving pointers, right? So the way I see rebasing is it's really a way to clean up your branch lines and then in turn allow for easy merging, like fast forward merging. Okay, so I'm going to explain conceptually what rebasing does before I actually do it in the command line here. Okay, so what rebasing does is it takes any commits that have happened since you created a branch, okay, and it plays those before your actual commits. Okay, that's kind of confusing what I just said, but here's what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to color these commits gray because these are commits that have happened since we actually created the branch, right? Okay, maybe we'll make them yellow so it's actually even more obvious what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to color these yellow just to indicate what commits we're working with here. Okay, so these 2 yellow commits and these 2 green commits are the commits that these are the commits that are actually involved when we deal with a rebasing. Okay, so how this works is if we want to, I should write this out too actually. If we want to rebase third feature with the master,